Pop, 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 pop.
Velina my Kako! Welcome back to another video produced by Gear Up. So this workshop is gonna be particularly about schedule planning. And in this video, I will essentially be sharing helpful tips to help you successfully schedule plan. First, let's discuss what schedule planning is. So what is schedule planning? Schedule planning is organizing your responsibilities and commitments into a schedule so tasks are easier to complete and keep track. And moving on to the next slide. So, the importance of schedule planning. Schedule planning is important because you accomplish tasks more effectively, you reduce stress, and it prepares you for success in the future. How to schedule your time. So I like to schedule plan with these 3 rules. So keep priorities and responsibilities in mind first, which is like class schedule, like what time you have to leave the house, what time you get back home, commuting, inputting your work schedule, stuff like that. And then next, you have to plan out courses ahead of the semester. So you have to decide you want online classes or morning classes, evening classes. It really is up to you. But for me, I have to be at school in the morning already. So most of my schedule is in the morning. Excuse me. And then lastly, have a continuous balance in schedule. So always take breaks and reward yourself, and obviously do not overload your schedule. And I feel like it is important to have that like gap time in your schedule where you can just relax, because it's not really healthy for you to always have something in your schedule and always be busy. Next slide is some tips that I felt were very useful in my first year of college, which is consulting with a counselor to plan a 4-year plan. So there is always counselors to help you. You just need to know where to find them and who to ask to figure out where to find them. So consulting with a counselor is really helpful because they help you to map out your college career, and that way you determine which classes that you need to take in the future courses. I mean, in the future semesters. And every semester I'm just thankful. Every semester it's really helpful so that you don't stress over what classes to take because you already went to your counselor and figured that out. So the second tip I think is helpful is to ask other students their experience on scheduling certain activities at different times, such as like when to take a lab class, or is it smart to always have summer classes, stuff like that. And then you just get their insight and their opinion on what is best for you. And then, so the next tip is record reminders as soon as the deadline is given. So this is very helpful for me because I am a forgetful person, to be honest with you. But yeah, it just helps me to remember and to always know that I get things right. Which brings us to the next tip, which is get a planner. Now, I must admit that I haven't been using my planner lately, but then I've been using it for the second semester. So I use my calendar app on my phone more, but I just switched from my planner or sometimes I do both, but it's really up to your liking. Definitely um it's definitely up to you and what you prefer, because at the end of the day, this is your way of organizing your task. And then lastly is just self-care. I feel it is important to keep your body and mind right. That way you don't feel stressed, you don't feel exhausted as well. So the next slide is a schedule planning activity. You guys can also do it too. Just take a blank schedule and put in your priorities, and the examples are listed there. And then your study time, and then your leisure times, which is like your relaxed times. And so the students did this in the summer where your classes weren't really determined yet. So we just put like a bunch of random classes on the bottom right side. But since you have classes already determined, you can just put in your regular schedule, and that way you already have a schedule for your next semester in college. Alright, that should be it. Thank you guys for listening, and I appreciate you guys. And schedule on. Congrats. Bye.